need to ask you a question, and that is, why do you love running? And I appreciate it is actually a trick question because there is not one singular answer, but I will tell you one thing. If you don't have an answer at all, you're in trouble. You need to stop and reevaluate, and that is what this video is all about, helping you find your running why. We're just about to go out running. We're in Florida, Vero Beach. This is one of those sorry not sorry moments, but you're gonna get spammed with Florida stuff all of this vlog. Well, that run posed more questions than it gave answers, to be honest with you, because I just did an interval session, 30 seconds hard, 30 seconds easy after a warm-up, and it did not feel good. Couldn't push the pace, and also this is pretty warm and humid, but it is by no means what we're going to face in Perth when we get there for Christmas. And I'm thinking, I'm training for Seville Marathon and I've got long runs coming up in Perth. That's going to be an interesting one to figure out. Here's Mary. She had to run on to get to 6K, of course. How do you feel? Right. Oh, aircon is nice. That is a lesson learned, because that, how hot was it, Mary?
Super hot.
Recovery drink, you're welcome. The reason I asked the question in the first place is because quite a lot of times when I make vlogs, I get feedback from people saying, thank you, you've helped me reignite my love for running, and it always makes me think, well, what made you lose your love for running, or what gives you love for running in the first place? Because I know it's very different for almost everybody, and for me, there isn't one particular answer, there isn't one thing that I think I love running because of this. I love running because I like to compete for a start, and I know that's not everyone's cup of tea, but I love racing against people. That's one thing I like to do, and it's not because I'm necessarily feel like I'm racing against people actually, it's more because I'm racing against me and a watch, but it just so happens that there's people there. But the other reasons are because I love feeling good about myself, and running really helps me do that. Take for example right here. Running, I love because you can do anywhere. All you really need is a pair of trainers, and then you're out and you're good. I don't have to take my bike, I don't have to rely on a pool, I don't need a gym. I can just take trainers and go. There are so many reasons that I love running, but this isn't about me. And it's not about Mary either, or Daniela behind us. I don't know if that's actually her name, I don't know her name. It's about you, or us, or the community of runners as a whole. I need to go in the water. That's colder than I thought, luckily. There's a hot tub. Because what worries me is that people get into running for the wrong reasons for them. And I say for them because there's not really any wrong reasons, let's be honest, it's just more misguided. Like, things like wanting to get into running to lose weight, and we all know that you cannot outrun a bad diet, so you have to focus on more things than just the running. Or getting into running to get faster, what about stronger? Or even getting into running to look better, but what about feeling better? When things don't happen immediately, or things like work or obstacles crop up like injury, it's all too easy to just bin it and say, I gave it a good shot and I'm done with it, I've got to get in there, that's too hot. So I thought it was worth me sharing my thoughts and tips about how you make a relationship with running long term rather than anything shorter term. It could be triathlon as well, because let's be honest, I'm a triathlete. Say bye-bye, Mary.
Bye-bye, beautiful view.
Bye-bye, beautiful view. Right, we have to check out. So before I give you my top tips, I want to hold you in suspense because I've got something even more exciting to show you. Whew. Are you ready for this? The one downside of being in a lovely brand new Jeep is it's not actually ours and we've now got to take it back, but we have had a lovely time. So we're going to drive it back and drop it off. Mary, we have to walk away. Wave, bye-bye.
I've got too many bags.
Yeah, busted. Well, on the downside, we're leaving the Jeep. On the upside, we're about to see Ash and Jose. Yeah. What's up? Hello, Rock. Hello. Right, first tip is find your running why and always have it at the forefront of your mind in whatever you do, because there are so many situations when you look at pro athletes that the why has been lost over time. I've seen articles written by athletes that have started training and because they love running, and then over time they've lost that love because maybe there's pressures put on them by sponsors or countries. If they're international athletes, the pressure to run, and they've fallen out of love with it. So my advice would be find your why, whatever it is, whether it's going out running with no watch and just enjoying nature, and factor that in every week. Take your watch off and just go if that's one of your things, even if it's just once a week, just to keep the why at the forefront of your mind, the thing that sets your soul on fire. So point 2 is that you have to treat exercise as a marathon, not a sprint. Not literally, I'm not asking everyone to run a marathon, but you have to look at it like something that you're going to do for your lifetime, because believe me, if you don't, you're going to be in trouble when you hit your first obstacle. The thing that's always frustrated me is that some of the things that give you the best payoff instantly are the things that are bad for you, like cigarettes relax you, or alcohol relaxes you, or shopping. Mary? Relaxes, shopping,
yeah,
relaxes you. There's instant payoffs for things that aren't necessarily the best for you, and yet with exercise the payoff is way down the line, because you don't instantly get fit. It takes a little bit of a while. So if you head into running or exercise and think you're going to get immediately fit, then I'm afraid to say that you're asking for trouble. You have to look at it like this lifetime relationship, and then when an obstacle does crop up, you're going to smash it. And sometimes healthy stuff can be nice. And the final tip, the thing to remember, is that running isn't just running. So if you want a body that's going to be able to deal with everything that you put it through, then you have to invest in it. And that means things like grid foam roller, stretching, strength and conditioning, getting a gait analysis, getting massage. Simon Ward calls it his physical pension, investing in yourself. I think that's a trademark, so I'll give that to Simon. And it's all of these things done properly that will allow you to do the thing that you love, running. See that over there? That's calling my name. So if you run because you love to be outdoors and you're not bothered about times or heart rate or anything like that, then that's what should be your priority. Get yourself outdoors. Don't buy yourself a watch. Don't get a phone app. Or if you do, then make sure that you still, at least once a week, get yourself out running without all of the technology. Keep your why at the forefront of your mind always. And if you don't have a why yet, make that your absolute priority. Make sure you find one, because I'll tell you something for sure, if you don't have that why, whenever you do hit an obstacle, whenever you do hit a hurdle, it's going to be a lot easier to give up, going to be a lot easier to quit. The thing is, everybody can run when it's easy and they feel good about it. When it gets dark, or when it gets cold, or when you get injured, or when you hit other hurdles, if you don't have that why, it's a lot more difficult to carry on. Now, it is Saturday afternoon. I've just done the pancake run, so's Mary, so's Ash. Vlog coming next week about that. And I'll see you on Tuesday for the tutorial after what is absolutely guaranteed right now to be a beautiful nap. Laters.